The best workout split for building muscle. Here it is. So, this video will be touching on what I think is the best workout split for building muscle. It's a bit of a clickbait title, to be honest, because there is no best split, unfortunately. I'm sure that everyone would love an easy answer, but there just isn't one, I'm afraid, and there's so many factors to take into what the best split is for people. Workout splits differ for everyone based on where they are in their lifting progression. So maybe I'll begin to outline what some of the most generic splits are, give my thoughts on them, and then run from there. So firstly, you've got the classic bro split, which is what myself and a lot of other people start out doing, which is chest one day, back one day, shoulders one day, arms one day, and maybe legs. So you just train one body part per week. From scientific literature, it actually shows that you should train a muscle more frequently due to muscular protein synthesis and protein breakdown. So once you break down a muscle and it repairs itself, you then have like a 48-hour window where if you don't stimulate it again, all its growing is done in that window as such. The workout split mainly revolves around how many days a week you can train and how much you can recover from. So if you can only train 3 days a week, you're probably best doing something like a full body split or a upper body, lower body, and then a full body. If you can train 4 days a week, something like a upper lower is fantastic, getting that training frequency twice a week. And if you've got the luxury of being able to train more frequently, maybe you can train 5, 6, 7, then you can split things up even further. One thing I wouldn't recommend doing, and something that I did for a long time, is training 6 or 7 days a week. I feel like if you're training hard, being able to train 6 days a row and maybe taking the Sunday off, I just feel like you can get more done in fewer sessions, and this is something that's become really prevalent recently, that how doing more is not more and doing less is actually more. And that's something I've definitely figured out over the years. So I used to do push pull legs, take Sunday off. But when I split that down into when I started implementing the way I train now and training hard, actually training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, after those 3 sessions, there's not a chance I can go in again on the Thursday and train from a mental standpoint, from a CNS standpoint. So that's why now, personally, I train upper, lower, rest, and then I do pull, push, and then legs and take Sunday off. So I train 5 days a week, and that allows for hitting every body part twice per week with enough rest between. I was going back to myself when I started lifting at the age of 15, the age of 16, and thinking, what should I have done? Because I was guilty of going in and just training chest one day, training back one day, and that's just not the most effective way of doing it. If I was to go back now, I'd go back and I'd do upper lower splits. You want to try and get the most bang for your buck, you've got to learn the movement patterns, you've got to nail the form, nail execution on every movement before you can think about splitting up body parts. So I think the basics to take away from this is, it's going to be different for everyone, but the main thing you need to focus on is training each muscle group twice per week as a minimum. So if you can do like a legs push pull, then you take a rest and do legs push pull again. I mean, that's going to be over an 8-day split now, but you're still getting that frequency. If I'm to break this down into a small, succinct, short way of putting it, as you start out, you need to group muscle groups together. You need to train body parts frequently with the correct amount of volume and with the correct recovery. Until you have enough muscle, until you become an advanced lifter, and you've exhausted progression through training full body or upper lower splits or even legs push pull, then when you should transition into training with targeting body parts with more specificity. I'm not at that position yet where I need to have a chest day, where I need to have an arm day, because I just don't have enough muscle in general. So that's why I am opting for a high frequency and a low volume approach. Training methods is a completely another video which I can talk about, which I'm not going to cover in this video. It's a very highly contentious subject with a lot of debate surrounding it, and it's not something I'm going to talk about in this video. But when it comes to training splits, one thing that I think gets overlooked the most is adherence to it and your actual enjoyment of training. So for me, when you start out, I would say, someone would tell me the best bit is something that you can do the most frequently. So that would be a full body split. That's training full body 3 times a week. That's a great split because you're getting the most bang for your buck. But simply, I don't enjoy training full body. I don't feel like I'm getting enough work per body part, and it's just not the way I've ever liked to have trained. And even if it might be the best split in the world, if you don't enjoy it, then you're just not going to adhere to it. So there has to be an element of you doing what's going to be best and you actually enjoying your workouts. So the best splits therefore, I think, are the ones where you enjoy them, you can adhere to them, and you can progress on them. I enjoy doing upper lower splits and legs push pull, and I'm not saying they are the best splits for you, because you are not me. You are different. Everyone's different. Everyone's at a different point. Everyone is a different age, weight, height, training age. Someone who's only been training for 6 months does not need to be doing something that someone's been doing for 5 years. So it's a bit of a topic that I could talk about for an hour, 2 hours, forever, because unfortunately there isn't really an answer to this question. There isn't really a best training split for building muscle. So yeah, I hope this has helped. I hope this has kind of given you a little bit of an idea. If you've got any further questions, then please drop them below, because I know that there's so much to talk about and I don't want to sit here rambling forever. If you've got any questions, put them in the question box. Drop me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is @MaxJFitness, and I'll be more than happy to help. I hope this has given a little bit of help for you in order to start to think about what the best training split is.
House music.
Really squeeze the floor, push your right way, do that right leg, that's it.